Has anyone seen Candia lately?
I will never forget what you have done for me. And Anella. No thanks could ever be enough, but please, accept this humble reward. I too dream of seeing Culm rebuilt, but I fear it will be years past this war's end before such a thing could be. Just an old merchant with his share of grief, but his share of fortune too. I have a home here in Tirin's Rest, and my daughter by my side. Not a bird to be caged, I'm afraid. Still, I hope her time on the Tawili coast has opened her eyes to the realities of the world.
The Fae is a creature of utmost evil, an enemy of all that is good.
Approach and await the wisdom of the fates. I am the great Kel's Cafferty, sworn and scrupled servant to the Sisters of Destiny. Speak, that I may divine your future, and through my gift, bless your mortal soul. This town is full of old fools. Most of them will believe anything you tell them. I don't like strangers who ask a lot of questions. I'm sure Durfel is not very fond of me. I beat him in a game of cards many years ago, fair and square, by my standards anyway. Traditionally, this sort of transaction happens under more discreet circumstances, if you understand my meaning. Tell you what, I'll part with it for a hefty price. Surely you jest. That's highway robbery. Pleasure doing business, friend.
Welcome to the Reedsong Inn. Come in, and Lyria light your way. If you can spare a coin for our troops in the war, well then, all the better. High Priestess Tirin made camp right here on her sojourn to settle Rathir. It is said she was given a vision by Lyria on this very ground. I hear the conditions in Cluricon are just wretched. My own son was there, gave his life for the cause. That's why I've taken up collection. Every coin goes to those poor soldiers across the water. A room in the inn? Why, you're in luck. I have one to spare. Well, if you ever do, you need but ask. As long as you're not a sodding fae, you're most welcome here. Our goddess and protector, the Alfar's guiding light, it was her will we were spared the fae sword 10 years back. That I do. We all must do our part. Have you got a few coin to spare, then? There's a good soul. Say, would you do one more favor for an olden keep? This purse is full of collections. Would you be so good as to bring it to the box in our sanctuary? I can't go myself, and there's someone I can't trust. Lyria, bless your fate. Sanctuary's just across the bridge at the end of the walk. The box is inside. And if you happen upon the thief, and in my opinion it must take place in the darkest night, tell the priestess to white nil at once. The sanctuary's crossed the bridge and down the path. The box is inside. You can't miss it. And keep your eyes sharp. A little thief has been taking from that box. Sometime in the dead of night, I imagine. Right enough.
Lyria's name is always on our lips. Bless you.
Where would we be without Priestess Corin?
Ah, the collections.
I have heard someone's been stealing from the box. Can't imagine who.
Orella will destroy the wand in magical fire. Like those wretches, the stain will be cleansed from our land. Yes, sadly. We can't figure out who, but everyone agrees it must take place late at night, when all are asleep. Lyria, smile on you.
benevolent child of dust, accept this gift. Find me among hill and dale. If you are hurt, I will heal you. The spell is cut like the tree's deep root. What power she took from me have ceased to flow. I have not yet made up my mind what turn of seasons are due to him. I do not think they will be mild. First, I must leave this cave a little while, mortal, and renew myself with the land.
They embraced each other, and in stillness enveloped the darkened land. Where one sang, the other danced, and they sang thus.
Cannot. Best not to leave town just now.
What are you doing here? I'm just here for a midnight prayer. Ah, what's the use? You've caught me. Yes, I was stealing from the till. It's not as if those doomed sods off in Chloricon need this gold. Not half as much as where I'm putting it. You fit right in here. Tyrion's bloody unrest. Well, go ahead then. When they hear all about it, they'll toss me in jail. Not half as bad as my time in the war, nor 1/10 as bad as those poor souls that sleep on the open plains. All right.
Oh, I know you are the one who freed that danger. Yes, danger. He came to me, cursed me. My powers are gone. I cannot heal or protect the people of my village. And then what he did to White Nil, the poor man. He is down in the cove now, crawling around like a mindless animal. Don't you dare! I will share from the collection with you. Will that keep you quiet? Ah, Florian. I should have known. I will look into this. Thank you. Even if I had my former powers, I would not waste them on you, you meddling ingrate. Bereft of his senses after the Fae, he's gone down into the cove, and nothing I say will make him come out again.
Well then, what'll it be? She'll make a fine trader, once she's got that wanderlust out of her blood. Common of the youth, don't you think? It's good to have Aethioff with his heart and head back in the business. And of course, Anella home as well. I've gone and run on at the mouth again. Tyrion's Rest is a lovely place, and what's done is done, and locked away and forgotten. Come again. Well then, what'll it be? Come again.
Yes?
Rolled up the song within these lands, raked the life from the bones of the earth. I've left it shivering. Strong magic. country dry and night put out its spark, still one valley will not be changed. For in its depth lies buried all the magic from these lands, and I will call it Gadflow, and it will sing my dying song long after all the rest is dust.
This here's Tuatha Deohn. You an officer? Got an officer's pass? No pass, no entry. This here's our base, barracks and storehouse west of the Forian Strait. It played a bigger role back when the war raged where you and I stand now, but that was near on 10 years back. I gave my captain back chalk once, just once. And what do I get? 3 months guard duty, day and night. It's a privilege to wear the steel helm. All who do should be proud. That's right, officers only. If you've got a pass, show it here. An hard night drinking in Rathir, was that it? Woke up with less in your pockets than you used to have? If I had a gold piece every time. We see that, especially from your sort, just back from the front. Well, have this pass we keep for visiting dignitaries, and try not to drink so much. That's right, you're allowed.
Fresh recruits stay here sometimes before they ship off.
All the junk the arms once had has been thrown.
All the junk
Wish I had a bed in the theater.
Now the officers' club in this
A few days and I'll be headed down.
Well, hello, stranger. What am I going to do? I've got to be going, but I can't. And I can't go back to Tuatha, but I must. The war, my friend. The war. I've been called. The truth is, I should have been gone days ago. Only I'd be far more eager for the adventure if I had my family arms with me. They're in there, Tuatha. You have? How did you get in? And did you happen to come across the staff and talisman? That's it! No mistaking this old piece of wood. I feel braver just holding it in my hands. And the talisman? Did you find it in its place? Ah, wonderful! I couldn't say how many blades and arrows this saved my family from. I'll feel safer with it on my arm, all the same. Here, have this for your troubles. The name of Arn kept me safe until now, but the war is a hungry beast, and I suppose it was in my cards to be called sooner or later. Nothing like it anywhere in Amalur, I promise you. Beauty, elegance, wisdom. There's no putting it to words, really. Life in a fortress sounds grand, but I'd take Rathir, with its vets and food and fair-eyed ladies, any day. And Lyria guard us both. Gwalchmaze, in search of a game of hexes, you want Kest in the lower tunnel.
Another Varani.
Another Varani?
But she does dance.
Did you think the whole army was across the water in Chlorocan? No, I'm afraid some of us are stuck here in Tuatha and Rathir. While it's true we Alpha lead, many humans proudly fill our ranks. All mortals unite against the damned Tuatha Fae. They're not mortal for one, nor sane either. I've seen them firsthand. I know they're as cooped up there as we are here, but someday that siege will lift. I want to be there when it does. The Freemen are a rogue group of our own soldiers who have grown disenfranchised by the war and decided it's easier to cause trouble at home than to keep the Tuatha at bay. used to belong to House Arn, but that soft sot that inherited wanted nothing to do with it. His loss, the army's gain. You thought the whole army was across the water?
You look like you've been in some tight spots. There's a bounty out on a damn set of deserters. What do you say? Look at it. Scarred and singed as a blacksmith's hand. That is what you get from war. In through Verki's water gates? I'd have thought those gates sealed in the wreckage when Verki fell. Well, well, well. I did 5 years in Cluricon. Then I got this post back here, seeing fresh recruits trained and off to war. Haven't you been? You can feel something and you begin to rot the moment you set foot over there. At least I did. A fact of life. There are cowards and lying rogues, and that's that. But when they up and run with things of value, that's another thing altogether. 5 full crew of fresh recruits had the gall to get fully equipped on our gold coin before they up and ran. The turntails, arms, and armor we can do without. But I'm afraid we also gave each crew a bottle of bog staunch. That's what I need recovered. I thought you looked the sort. The fools are run off down the coast. They'll be hiding here and there where they can, I imagine. There are things in the air in Cluricon. It doesn't strike everyone, but some get awfully sick their first days there. Bog staunch gets them through it, so we pack a jug with every crew we send over there. They'll be up and down the Tawili coast, I think, hiding where they damn well can.
Would you care to sell? Sorry, I mean buy. Would you care to buy something? Common knowledge that the travelers are known as thieves, but it isn't the only life you have to lead. We've traders, bards, and jugglers as well. Always a few odds and ends happening there. Hard to feel like you aren't being watched with the city looming over us. That's why you have to control the show. We're performers at heart in Moon Camp. Bards, jugglers, tumblers, dancers, all performing for the glory of the Hierophant. One of the few ways to earn coin with this war on. Bit hard for us to ply other trades with the soldiers at Tuatha Deohn breathing down our necks. Mare, she's one of the most talented thieves we've got. I can't say we don't miss her skill. Irian's a good enough bard and a clever thief, but he's not quite a leader, especially with Mare gone. Again. Would you care to sell? Sorry, I mean buy. Would you care to buy something? Come again.
What is this specimen before me? I can only think that you were the skilled one the Hierophant said I was to expect. If only you had come sooner. Then you might have helped to keep my mare's heart here. It takes a brave sort to be a traveler. We've all left something behind, or made the sacrifices we had to, or had nowhere else to turn. But more than that, a traveler needs presence. We need to command attention, to perform under spotlight, even from the shadows. The Hierophant directs all of the travelers, a director of our cues and exits, of our motivations and actions. It is well known that the Hierophant commands us because of a vision of the work from start to end, a prophecy to tell us what to steal. There is nothing I can say to describe how I pine for her. Would that I be sundered like the Rathir battlefield, that I could escape this anguish. May the Hierophant's gaze find my wife, for what a wretch I have become. I am more like a king of ants than anything else. Oh, nothing I should be bothering you with. After all you've accomplished in Star Camp, what's so special about a broken-hearted Alfar? I should tell you more about what mission you're to be. Oh, you must give me a moment. Mare. My poor, lovely mare. My Queen of Cups, the once joint leader of Moon Camp, my wife. Happy we were in the years we were wed, yet sad we were in the hours. She was of a noble family, and I their jester. We fell in love, eloped, and joined the only ones who did not shun our love, the travelers. But of late, The stress of this life has finally taken its toll. She left me, and this camp, to seek refuge in the Temple of Lyria. I'm in no state to be aiding you right now. I should be alone. I still need some time. Very well. Go to the Hierophant Shrine and pray. There you will receive portents of the next mission from our Grand Leader. You must pray at the Hierophant Shrine. There you will divine the targets of your thefts. Goodbye.
Hello, stranger.
You have come once again to my table. Is there a petition before me? Ah, yes, but it is strange. You seem cloaked in shadow, hidden from my gaze. Ah, it is you, Shade. We are far from the woods of Dalentarth. I see you are eager to serve your guide. Yes, and come far from Starcamp. Mooncamp is a home to true travelers, faithful and talented. I have seen the items which you must steal. The Chalice of Forced Vintage from the lower city, and the Signet Ring of Wyvern Gift from the upper city. And lastly, you must steal the Cowl of the Maiden from the Temple of Lyria. These treasures are my blessing to this camp. You are not the only thief that is pursuing the Cowl of the Maiden. There is also Mayor Ganon, formerly of Mooncamp. The calamities of Irian's and Mayor's relationships are not unknown to me. Resolve them and you may have an easier time.
I can teach you the secrets of trade. The Varani guard their methods well, but mine can be bought with coin. The coast was torn apart by the war. It's now a wasteland for scavengers, refugees, and soldiers. The stage is never silent in Mooncamp, and Rathir watches us from a distance. Ever the audience, you could say. The stage is never silent. I bid you... I can teach you the secrets of trade. The Varani guard their methods well. Well now, there are many in the Travelers with clever hands, but in Mooncamp we value a silver tongue above all. The art of the haggle is just another form of performance, and that is where we excel here at Mooncamp. Seems that Mare left Irion. Odd enough. When they first came to Mooncamp, they were like lovers from some ballad. Irion's wife left him, so it seems. Wouldn't be that bad, save the fact that she's also a leader of the camp. Irian's so busy pining after her that we've got nothing to do. Don't suppose we can get her back, can we? Farewell. Salutations.
Fancy you.
Someone off the road. Tell me, do you have any peasant clothes that you're looking to get rid of? I can pay you for them. Their words are often in the ears of common folk, and their songs play in the hearts of all. I used to find good work in Rathir, but the travelers here have a real passion for the art of performance. I'm happier here. Mare might have been co-leader of the camp, but she's no performer. She's a thief, through and through. It might have worn on her to be surrounded with folk like us. Guess it just wasn't a good fit. Irian is one of Moon Camp's leaders, but the other, Mare, has left us. And it gets worse. Mare was also Irian's wife. I mean, how would you feel? It's a wonder a man like Irian could weather it. Indeed. It is not clothes so much as cloth. I'm a tailor by trade, and from my hands are born the costumes and curtains of our fair camp. But the players of our camp are always in need of new articles of dress. I need lots of material, and quickly. Bring me some peasant clothes and I can rework the material with relative ease. What say you? You mean truly? It's been a while since I've had any good material to work with. I await your findings. If I knew, I wouldn't need you around to find them for me, would I? I think if you poke around, you'll dig some up. Pleasant journeys.
Make it back to the front eventually.
Now, sir, I'm sure it will all be...
A prayer for our troops.
The last warship sailed yesterday. Trumpet blazing.
Well, who can I
After
send?
2 years in...
You look capable. Stern in the brow, proud of bearing. You are just what we need to deliver these notices. You'll do it, won't you? You've got to do better than the last fellow. There's pay. It's for the war effort. We're in Rathir. This is the war effort. How do you think we get a steady flow of soldiers into Cluracon? You've got to be organized, and everyone's got to pitch in. I'm the chief of recruitment, and don't think I've got time to go around handing out notices. Those notices are only the beginning. Went and broke his little leg. Oh, Lunala's tears. Hasn't a notion of how important our work is. No sense of the bigger picture. Notices of duty to denizens of Rathir selected to serve. The work can be hard, and you've got to, well, look the part. I'll give you a list of names, and you get each of them to accept their card. Easy as that. Well, what do you say? Will you do it? Take these cards, deliver them to Runir Wesnan, Maywin Wyvern Gif, Aifendel, and Varen Seawine. Almain? Odd. All can be found in Rathir, and I can be found in the officers' hall on the burn when you're finished. You can't fight a war without soldiers. True, we contract the Warsworn and volunteers arrive daily, but it's not always enough. Citizens of Rathir are selected on... well, the process is secret. Even I don't know how. They're selected, a notice is sent, and they serve. The names are Runir Wesnan, Maywin Wyvern Gif, Aifendel, and Varen Seawine. They're all in Rathir. Now, be on your way.
Goods for sale! The war is good for business and bad for people. What can you do? Those Varani want to swindle me. I can't charge 5 gold a hand for this.
The watch sees all in Rathir.
Nothing finer in all Amalur.
34 and 30. Not a gold piece more.
50 gold. What do you
Do
say?
not miss Leogrip.
Hello, hello. So many of our young men and women lost in it.
This is the sage crafting table. I can help you with gems and shards and the like. If you want general goods, you should speak to Master Gwalchme over there. It takes great concentration. You can get lost in the work. I like that. Oh, it's so lovely, the Lunar Gardens. Not that I've seen much else of the world. Have you? Oh, I'd be terrified to go so far. Oh, he's been very good to me. I knew my gems were good, but they wouldn't seem to sell in a market stall. They do better here. Goodbye.
Well, hello, stranger. You have come to Gwalchmay's goods, provisioner to all Rathir, to high and low, great house and sparrow alike. They are the rag pickers and dust grubbers of the city. Mind you, I don't let them in the front door. Appearances, not to mention odors. I could tell you a thing or two about this city. Did you know, for instance, that Faldra Nefari ate the 5th memorial stone? Cast a spell and ate it. I could say a thing or two about Wyvern Gift as well, if I didn't fear the consequence. The Wyverns had a claim of their own, mind you, but their marriage to Gif, a scandal. I know the truth of it, but I'm not at liberty to say. The first 4 are easy enough to find about the city, but the 5th, few know the truth of it. Humble servant to great house, sparrow and soldier alike. Women and men in want of things make their way to Gwalchmay's goods. The great families of Rathir, of course, as rich in power as in gold. Visit the upper city and see them yourself. Worth the climb if you ask me. Oh, him? No one knows his real name. Got that name from the way he talks. Some say he was next to the Archsage once, up Spire-top. Then a spell went wrong, his lover fell to her death. Whatever it was, broken it did. Very good, then.
Another Varani.
$20.
Oh, there's no use. I've lost the keys. Now Gwalchmay'll have my head if I can't think up something fast. Say, you're not good with locks, are you? Would you help a poor fellow who's down on his luck? Me, Gwalchmay calls me lad whenever he wants me. And the others call me hardly anything at all. Just fetch this and lift that. With all these people walking around, you'd figure someone would help me after I lost my keys. Well, he's a good enough master, all in all. Sees to it I earn every coin of my wages, though. No standing about, not in his shop. Yes, as in, no need for keys. Ace with a lockpick. Gwalchmay wants an old red ledger from the storeroom in the customs house. The chest it's in, that is, yes. Although I don't know which one it is. But it's down there, somewhere. Oh, now don't worry, nothing in the storeroom's seen the light of day in years. No one will mind if you pick a few locks before you find it. Gets these ideas into his head. Needs this old thing, needs that new thing. This time it's shard prices by the decade. Something to do with a deal he is or isn't striking with that Karasta trader. The Chamber of Trade's on the way to the keys, and the storeroom's off one of the wings. Just pick any lock down there till you find the old ledger. Oh, the things they say about that Lanshi. That she talked a Jotun out of his own hammer once. And another time sold some Varani fool his own silk for twice as much. after cutting it to ribbons and winding it on spools. Chamber of Trade basement. Just head toward the quays.
Welcome, friend, to the Luminary Leaf, bookseller extraordinaire. I cannot ascend the steps of the spire without thinking on the first lines of the Fall of Dwinian, nor espy the Wending and not recall Stone Shadows. Rathir is a city of letters. I dare anyone to say otherwise. In truth, I once thought I might be a poet, but it seems in the end I am more shepherd than ram to my flock of tomes. Ah, you see? My metaphors always run amok somehow. Nearly any book you can imagine can be found here, at the Luminary Leaf, be it history, verse, or scholarship. Though, I must confess, we are not as well supplied in gnomish texts as I would like. Now, while many books can be found only within Scholia Arcana walls, others can only be found without. Gnomish texts, magical controversies. Pelewin tugs at the heartstrings. Medara's mists at dawn takes my breath away. If you seek something a bit more rough and lively, the Varani Kesseniki, or Sea Chance, might be worth a read. The ancient steps of our founder and prophet are dear to any Rathiri's heart. But mine shall always stir to the brave tales of the war-sworn of old, pitting steel and valor against chaos itself. Until next time.
So many new faces in the market these days.
Rawani, apothecary, alchemist, importer, and cultivator at your service. Were you aware that 37 varieties of vine, flower, and tree can be found here? Discounting, of course, the lunar gardens. I've always found the mystery of herbs and fungi far more fascinating than anything else. As soon as I was old enough, I was apprenticed to the great Rilf Janik. Have you been? The true marvel of our city, if you ask me. Blossoms you will see nowhere else in Amalur. Oh, you've met them? Well, any friend of theirs is a friend of mine. Although, truth be told, those sisters can be a little strange sometimes. If you think yourself a bit of an amateur, you are welcome to the use of my alchemist's bench. I'm happy to sell you anything you require, and Forgive any faces I make at your fitful potioneering. Very good then.
Curios, talismans, items of power.
Look with your eyes, buy with your hands.
Well, hello, stranger.
I'll sell you weapons, but if it's armor you need, you'll have to speak to that husband of mine. I like to think that every weapon I forge just might kill one of those Tuatha. That's what helps me sleep at night. A terrible thing. Much as it keeps us in business.
Before the war, the people of Rathir were filled with hope, with joy. Most of them, anyway. Have you met my husband?
Him? If you've any love of life, don't talk to him. Can't abide a joke. Can't enjoy a drink. Farewell.
So much to choose from. I just can't.
Sif Seder at your service. Don't mind the racket. Just my wife at Harpy across the way. First and greatest mistake I ever made. Only thing sharper than her wares is the tongue in her mouth. Proud is right, and why not? Fitted most of the Alfar army. No frills, no finery. Just good hard steel. Majestic towers, crisp sea air, and I spend my life in here with that milksop Adar and my spiteful hag of a wife. My craft is shields and armor only. The art of it's in the balance. Too heavy and you can't move in it. Too thin and it shatters. What a mouse! Look at the way he taps at the forge. Scared of his own damn shadow. I've got armor, and the wife's got blades. I'd steer clear of her, though. She's in a mood. Oh, so... finest quality, I assure.
Fine Wednesday.
Please, find Selny. Tell her we betrayed. The lower tunnels. Go. Tell Selny. No one else. Betrayed.